Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be starting a brand new series on the channel where we are going to be doing a let's play of the game Pokemon. Sorry, there's a Pidgey in the way. Alright, so take two. We are going to be doing a playthrough of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee with a twist. What is going on with this bird? You know what? Never mind. We're just gonna start the video. We're gonna go over to the bushes and we're gonna start. I'm sorry, that bird put me in a foul mood. Get it? So essentially, the special premise of this video series is that instead of playing Let's Go Eevee with Eevee, it's just going to be hanging out on my head, and we're going to be playing with only shiny Pokemon. Now, what are shiny Pokemon? I'll tell you. I didn't mean now. So we're going to start the video once we actually have our real starter Pokemon. See you after the break. And here we are several hours later. And we have done it. We have found our very first shiny Pokemon and our starter for the game, and it is going to be this handsome young gentleman, Weedle, number 13, the hairy bug Pokemon. Ugh. But moving right past that, here we are with our friend, the new starter, and the cutest little yellow guy in the whole game. And of course our new friend needs a new name, so I'm going to give him a name that is fitting for such a creature of rarity and elegance. King Sting, the ultimate Weedle and the ultimate killing machine as well. Look at this absolute unit. Bright yellow body, docile nature, 8 inches of just pure unadulterated fury. And now that we have him, we can actually start the game, so let's go back to our house. The beautiful town of Pallet, home to Red, Blue, and me and you. Now I'll give a brief explanation about what shiny Pokemon are. So, in the games, there are rare versions of Pokemon that the only real difference is they have a different color scheme to them. Like, Gyarados can be red, Dragonite can be green, Charizard can be black, and in the case of our Weedle, he's a much brighter shade of yellow. Normally, Weedles have an orangish-brown color like this little guy here. And while I am going to catch him, I assure you I'm not going to be using him in the actual playthrough. Only shiny Pokemon. The reason I am catching this guy is because in Let's Go Eevee there is a different catching experience mechanic where when you catch Pokemon in the wild, you get a bunch of experience points, and you get more experience based on how many you've caught them in a row. Like you'll see I got 49 experience points there when normally I'd probably only get like 3. And the higher your catch combo, the higher the experience you get is, which is why I went to go to catch that Weedle. When I was catching the shiny Weedle, I built up a chain of over 31, which increases the chance of finding a shiny Pokemon in this game. And since I already have a chain built up, it's easy for me to just go back into the forest, catch a few more, and then have enough experience to level up my little guy. Sometimes throughout the game you'll see these Pokemon with these weird auras around them, like this little guy. The red aura means that he's a big boy! And if they have a blue aura, then that means they're just little fellas. And you want to catch those guys no matter what, just because they give you a nice big boost to your experience points, and the faster you get experience, the faster you can actually start playing the game. Because, I don't know if you know this, but you can't win the game with just a Weedle. You need to evolve! And just as Darwin theorized, evolution is an instantaneous thing that happens right away and doesn't take any time at all. No generations, no millions of years, just big light in the sky, and right away you're a bee. Because we've already wasted enough time, and we don't have more time to waste on a Kakuna. Beedrill, the poison bee Pokemon. It has 3 poisonous stingers on its forelegs and its tail. They are used to jab its enemy repeatedly and remove the entrails. I really lucked out adding this weapon of mass destruction to my team so early in the game. And now that we've learned Twin Needle, there's nobody who's safe. His callous acts of malice know no bounds. He even uses his great abilities to deny the children the ability to evolve. Then he takes a mass amount of them and grinds them down into candies to ingest. And Professor Oak is the one who's funding this whole endeavor. He sends you a message. Thanks for sending along those Pokemon. They'll help with my research. Oh, and look, I think you've earned some candy. Oh, well, you better eat them quickly before the police find out what you did. And he did just that, bringing his speed from a lowly 24 all the way up to a whopping 62. My God, he's so fast now, no one's going to be able to know they've killed him until they're dead. And now that I have that mean green killing machine, we can actually start the video. I've said that like 5 times now. Oh, here's my rival. So this is Duder. My name is also Duder. We're both Duder. Isn't that cuter than you would have thought? No? Alright, fine. Well, he says that he was turned away from the Pokemon League because he didn't have any badges and only has a level 5 Pidgey and a level 6 Pikachu or whatever. So he's deciding to take his frustrations out on me. Unfortunately, he's got a Pidgey and a Pikachu, and I've got a literal deity that many ancient religions worshipped. You can see right there his godly grace radiating out. Honestly, the battle isn't going to be a very big part of this gameplay. It's really just me showing this one because he's my rival Duder, and this is the first time meeting him, and you get to see the battling prowess of the great King Sting in action, even though he did attack me with a little bird. I'm telling you, this bird has been the bane of this gameplay, for I bet this is the same damn bird that was in the forest before. That's what you get for trying to sabotage this video! Now let's just take a moment to admire the bright green body that King Sting has. Normally Beedrills are a bright yellow, but I think the green really adds a certain je ne sais quoi, and his beautiful big blue eyes just bring it all together. I'm not familiar with the yellow Pokemon on the screen my rival's using. Must be from one of the newer games. Either way though, it's dead. What? Again? Much better. You see, he's relentless. He's just like Michael Myers. He doesn't stop until he gets the kill. I love Austin Powers. And now that this battle's over, I'm going to take your money. That's right, give it to me! All of it! Then after he gives me all of his money upon threat of bodily harm, he says something along the lines of, oh, you only won because you're better than me, and that turned out to be true, actually. So he decides to leave, I go down here, pick up some Pokeballs. It was at this time that I realized it's really fun taking money away from children, so I decided to go back to Viridian Forest and do just that. I came across this young lad with a Caterpie in the forest, and he reminded me a lot of myself. I wanted to let him go, but Beedrill would have none of it and attacked his Pokemon just for living. Then I took the kid's money. And I met a girl named Brittany in the forest, and you better believe I took her money. Met a kid named Doug in the forest, took his money. Met a girl Jocelyn, her money. Sammy definitely took his money. Upon arriving in Pewter City, my rival comes up to me and says if I want to get stronger, I should probably challenge the local gym leader Brock. My Eevee then reminds him that I beat him very easily not 2 minutes ago. He feels really embarrassed, so he decides to give me some potions. He says something about how he bought them with the prize money he won battling, but I honestly don't believe any of that. I've seen him battle, and if he battles the way he battled against me, he can't be winning any money. So that makes him a liar and a thief! I come across a lady standing next to the museum who wants me to do her a favor. She tells me her Slowpoke won't go into the museum with her, and she needs somebody to watch him for her while she's gone. I happily oblige her, and I decide to sit down for a nice calming visit with Slowpoke.
Hey, what's up, my man? Yeah, that's right, I'm a talking Slowpoke. Don't make a big deal out of it. Now look, listen, I'm just gonna sit here the whole time. I don't care if you're standing next to me, but you better not mess with me. I'm just gonna stare blankly ahead, and you do your thing. As long as you don't tell that woman none of this, we're both gonna get paid. You know what? You seem like a pretty cool dude. How about you and I smoke a couple of bowls and see how the day goes?
After becoming extremely lifted, the old lady returned and gave me a big pearl, which I was able to sell for 4,000 Canadian dollars. Upon arriving at the Pewter City Gym, some nerd tries to tell me that I have to have either a water or a grass type Pokemon to enter, and I tell him, that's just like, your opinion, man. And then proceed to do my favorite thing in this game, take more money from children. I want to give a big shout out to Amara and Liam. They're really bad at the game, but god do I love their money. And then, according to prison rules, I go up to the biggest, toughest guy here and give him a punch in the face. Unfortunately, Game Freak forgot to program that part into the game, so instead we have a regular old Pokemon battle. Fun. Then Brock whips out the old Wakanda Forever and we're into it. Brock's Pokemon are a rock with a mouth and some pretty obvious overcompensation issues. Even still, the King of Sting had no trouble ending this man's whole career, and I had no trouble emptying his bank account. Because Brock was so thoroughly trounced, he gives me and Eevee the Boulder Badge to show that we beat him. And me and Eevee definitely do something we didn't spend 3 hours outside of the gym practicing. In an attempt to buy our silence about his piss-poor performance today, he decides to bribe us with the TM for the move Headbutt. Back in the earlier games, TMs were single-use, so once they were used, you couldn't use them again. That made them kind of rare and special and good to get, and they made it easier to win the game. Now that you can use them over and over again, they've lost all value. Wait for it. Aww. And with that, I think I'm going to end the video here. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing another one of these videos very soon, and I'm actually going to be hunting for a new shiny Pokemon, and I'll show a little bit of the process there in the next video. I'm just going to end up staying here with Slowpoke until then. Yeah, you got anything you want to say, little buddy?
If you enjoyed the video, thank you very much. If you didn't, well, keep it to yourself.